Everyone's going like, what the hell? Greetings and good morning, everybody, on Tuesday, 29th of October. Oh my gosh, can't remember when last I was here on the Simply Together show. Shell, you can't remember either, can you?
I can't remember either.
So much has gone on. We have a co-presenter in the house. You can say good morning. Morning. You wait for everybody. Nana duties today. This little bunny is hard to believe is not well, but she will be back a little bit later on. Say bye. See you later. Bye. Bye. Yeah, bye. She don't want to go, you know. She's not well, apparently. So, welcome everybody. Welcome. Oh my gosh, it feels so strange being back. Shell, so much has happened. Obviously, I am watching the show. Oh my giddy aunt. It is a mixture, Barbara, of a bit of loose women have tried to contact us on many occasions. Say to them, stop trying to copy us. They're trying to follow us. I don't know if Shelley told you before I came on, Barbara, we are currently, according to Shelley now, in terms of viewers, we are at 999,000. So just slightly off the million. I know, Barbara, slightly just off the million marker. And we're hoping, but we know that you're going to push us over that million marker today.
Oh, right, okay, no pressure.
Exactly, no pressure. So Shell's going to be back on later on because we've got quite a few things to just chat about and update you on, guys. So if I can welcome our guest for today, and that is Barbara Elliott. Barbara Elliott in the house.
Hello, everybody. Hi.
Good morning, young lady. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. You've roped me into doing this, so we'll see where we go with it.
Much love, darling, much love. So people are commenting on Facebook and YouTube as we go along, Barbara. So if there's any questions or anything, we'll bring them up and we'll obviously throw them out to you. I'm so glad you're on, Sparky, because this is kind of will be interesting to you. So I've known this young lady for, and when I say known, you know when you know of someone but don't really know them. Am I right in saying that, Barbara?
Correct,
Kind of know of each other for probably over maybe 30, 40 years.
Yeah, maybe. It may even be a bit longer than that. So, yeah, somewhere around there. So.
But not, no. So before we get into, because Barbara's, as you guys are going to find out, is doing some incredible events over the next couple of months. Give us a little bit of background about you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, fine. I have 3 children. I have 7 grandchildren, so I'm up there with the numbers. I've done events for many years. I used to be an athlete back in the day at school.
Excuse me, did you say athlete?
Athlete, yeah.
Okay, don't make us kind of like, for those of you that are watching, please comment in the chat and we're going to bounce around. She chose us such an athlete. So tell us, what did you do? What did you do?
My record is still up. I went to Denby, and my school record is still unbroken for the 100 meters. So I did the 100 meters, the long jump, the high jump, the relay, and then I played netball for county. So that was my growing up, and that's what I did. I was in all of it. So, and then it was my niece that went to Denby who came back and said to me, "Oh, Auntie Barbara, I didn't realise your name's up that you still got," and it's still there. It's still unbroken. So I said, "Okay." So there we go. So that was way back. That's a distant memory now. We've come on many years since then.
So not the athlete now then? Is that what you're trying to say?
No. Running up the stairs makes me out of breath now. So,
Oh, amazing.
It's gone on. I've worked in the corporate environment. I've worked for some huge companies. I've done some big events. But I've always worked in the private sector. So things like AXA Insurance and Deutsche Bank and those type of things. And in there, my journey has taken me into doing events. And I've done some huge events. I think the biggest one that I did was when I worked for AXA, and they used to sponsor the FA Cup.
Okay.
And this was the old Wembley before they knocked it down. So we had the final event, and it was a huge VIP event with all the Man U and all the stars in there. And my claim to fame is that I got to meet Pele because he was there as our guest of honor. So yeah, so that was really cool. I mean, it was hard work because we all had a VIP that we had to look after, and there was loads of them. But that was one of the biggest events I'd ever done, and I'd done a shelter ball. And so my passion for events grew from that. And as you go on and you do it, and then everybody will say to me, "Oh, Barbara, I'm having a birthday party. Can you help me decorate? Or can you help me do this? Or can you help?" And so I always used to do it for people, friends. And then I thought I wanted to do it for myself. And then you know how it is. You say you want to do it, but you haven't got the confidence to do it yourself. And people say, "Oh, come in with me, and if you help me, and I'll help you." And then it's never quite reciprocated. So I never did it. And then I suppose in my later life now, as you talk, you grow in confidence, actually. I think as you get older, you grow in confidence, and people's opinions don't matter anymore as much when you were younger. Yes. So, yeah. So you think, you know what? When you look around you, you get to a certain age, you look around you and you think, wow, there's a lot of people, we're losing a lot of people that we grew up with or were at school or whatever. If there's something that you want to do, you just do it. And so with that philosophy, I said, this has always been my passion and I'm just going to do it. So for myself, so that's how I've ended up here. Last week, I did an event, a 60th birthday party. So my main objective is to do events for people. So somebody's getting married, someone's having, so I put the whole package together. And so I was approached by this person who picked up one of my business cards, and he had a big garden and it was coming up to his 60th. So he wanted a marquee in his garden. So I organised everything from getting the marquee erected to the decorating, to the DJ, to the food, to every little detail that he wanted. And on the day, he was just so overwhelmed with it. And people came back and said, "Oh, what a wonderful party." But it's about knowing who you're working for and what they are. I spent a lot of time with them to understand his needs, to be able to deliver what he wanted. So, and he was extremely happy. In actual fact, he was so happy. He had this, like a Filofax, going back in the days, to those that don't, it's a leather-bound book for anybody who doesn't know what a Filofax is. It's that type of...
That's it, people, do your research.
Yeah, it wasn't a phone or any technology. It's back to the old pen and note paper. And he just put to Barbara, the best hospitality event organizer or planner, something along those lines. And I was really touched because, you know, you don't expect people to do that. And that's not why you do that. You do that because you enjoy it. And so it led me to I thought I'm going to put on a couple of events for myself. So on the 24th of November, I'm doing a rum punch sip and paint party. So when hang on a minute,
you're just kind of just reeling it off like I'm not.
Well, you know,
slow it down a little bit so people can understand.
Okay.
Rum punch. You're listening, Sparky.
Rum punch, but there'll be fruit punch as well for anybody that doesn't drink alcohol. So it's a rum punch sip and paint party. So I got the idea. I went to one, and it was somebody's birthday, and they did it. And I thought, oh, I can't paint. I've not painted since I was at school. But I went along anyway, and it was one of the most enlightening things that I've done. It was what I produced in a piece of art was not something that I expected to be able to do. Yes. And it was very informal, and it was a networking thing because there's people that you didn't know, you spoke, people exchanged information and tips, and then you had a professional artist there who would be there to give you any little tips. And it was an amazing afternoon. So I thought, okay, what better way? It tends to be mainly ladies, but it's open to everybody. So my runs, so I've decided I'm going to do a rum punch sip and paint party. So you arrive, you get a glass of rum punch or fruit if you want fruit punch. Then we set up the table. The tables are all set up. You have your own easel. You sit there. The artists will give you tips, and then you go on and paint and sip and chat. And it's very, very informal and very excellent networking. And then when you've done all of that, so that's probably about 2 hours by the time you've done all of that, and then we feed you. So not many of them you get fed in the price. So you get fed. So we've got a caterer there who will come and serve you with whatever food you want, and then you go home. So it's between 1 and 5, I think 1 and 5:30. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's a brilliant way to spend it. You don't have to cook, so they have to fend for themselves at home if you've got people. You're looking about you. It's all about me, and I'm going out, I'm being entertained, I'm meeting people, and I'm going to be fed. And when I go home, I have my shower, put my feet up, I'm done. There we go. So that's that one.
Check this out. I don't know, can you see this?
That's
this here.
Yeah.
And that's who's Cecile, because I sent this to Cecile. Cecile goes, I'm going.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We went to Barbados on a retreat this year, and it was exactly that. It was a sip and paint, and I can't paint, but this is what I produced, and I am super proud. It's just amazing, and just all of what you sort of said. It's not about being able to, it's just being, oh my gosh, can't explain it to you. You have to try it, guys, at least once. You have to try it.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's the moment. And I think you get inspiration from other people, because when I did it, even though she gave us something, and it's a shame that I haven't got mine here with me actually, but even though she gave us something to paint, it was about, if you didn't want to paint that, paint what's inside. Paint
exactly.
And it's a good mental health thing as well, because it helps you to, whether it's anger, whether it's beauty, whether you put it on a canvas and you leave it there, and then you step back and think, how does this make me feel?
Yeah, and it's incredible. Yeah,
and usually it's like, wow, I'm proud of that achievement because I didn't think I could do this. So, and that was my initial reaction, just like yours, because it's amazing what you can do when there's no pressure on you.
And I think also as well, I think we put so much pressure on ourselves.
Yes, absolutely.
I can't, and then it's, I can't this, I can't that, I can't. And the barriers are actually us. We are the barriers. And I think sometimes with even something that people be like, so simple as this, can break down certain things, as in like, well, actually, I said I couldn't do it, but I've tried it. And what's stopping me from doing X? What's stopping me from doing Y? What's stopping me? The only thing that's stopping me is me.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's absolutely incredible that you're doing that. Shelley's really amazing, because I didn't give your details, only the flyer details. And she's obviously gone on and seen in terms of Picture Perfect. And some of the comments are, it's a part of mindfulness, not having to think about what you're doing.
It's so that's what I got out of it, and that's why I did it in London, and there didn't seem to be that space in Luton or in the surrounding areas. So I thought, let me try and see how it's received, because this is my first one that I will do. So let me see how it's perceived, because people always say, oh, there's nothing on, there's nothing to do. But there are things, and it's about sharing the word and getting it out there, because we hear about things after the event because we weren't on the right platform or we didn't speak to the right people. And when you do this, as I said, it's an excellent networking, because you don't know what the person beside you is doing, has been through. And when you start those conversations, it opens up another whole world to you, because you know, you might find that you're similar characters, or you might find that you're related to them, or it's just, there's been so many remarkable stories about, you know, networking events and when you go to meet someone. So that's what it's about. And it's a safe space that everybody can come, anybody can come to.
So is there an age on this?
I don't put any age on it because children have mental health issues as well. Children are artistic. If you're, you know, a mum and you've got a child that wants to come, I'm not going to say that your child can't come.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I would say to you is that if they're very young and they're not able to sit for a reasonable amount of time, you need to be careful, because you need to think about the people that you're with.
Of course.
10 years and up, I would say it's easy to be able to manage. They love painting or whatever. So I just say there is no age limit, but be mindful of the other people who are in the room with you that have come to enjoy them.
Fabulous. Okay, so that is the
That's
rum.
on the 24th of November. That's the Rum Punch Sip and Paint Party.
That's right.
Yeah, so people that want tickets, it's either on Eventbrite, or if you just message me, I think my details are on one of the flyers.
They are, and it's going across the screen also as well.
So
Then
it's cheaper to do it, because Eventbrite are really expensive when they add their bits on it.
Yeah.
I have to give people the option. But if you want to get them from me directly, then obviously there's no extra fee on that. So that's that one. So, and me being me, I go from nothing to everything in 0.0 seconds, because then I had another brainwave, and I decided to do a murder mystery dinner and dance, and this one is 7th of December. So anybody, any Vera's out there, or Miss Marples, or
I think we're all within us, whether we believe it or don't believe it or not. Doesn't matter what comes on to it. And it's like, before it's even started, it's like, it's him.
yeah,
It's her.
yeah.
It's her. And then obviously as it goes on, I didn't think it was her anyway. I didn't think it was her. It's him.
Exactly.
I didn't think it was him either. It's that one. And as
and you
so
change your mind so often.
exactly.
Yeah. So.
Exactly. It's something I've always wanted to, and you know, there's always a reason why, and you've just not done it. And now I've got it on my doorstep. It's like when I said to Cecile's like, I'm going to both. I want both. I want both.
Yeah, and I've done these so many times in the corporate world, and they go down so well, because it's the fun factor. So you sit on a table, there's 10 people on a table, and you have professional actors who act out the scenes for you. And there's lots of clues in there. And then during the courses of the meal, it's a 3-course meal. So at the beginning, when your starters is served, they give you the plot. You're clearing away, and then the actors come to the tables, and you can ask them questions or whatever. But you know that the murderer is going to lie to you, so beware. And of course comes, they let you have that, and then we're clearing away, and then there's more. And then at the end of the when you're having your dessert, we figure out which table has the correct answer. The first reveal. So, and then there'll be a little prize for them. So yeah, it's really interactive. You get out of it what you put in. So I say to you, if you want to just come out and have a fun night, this is it, because there'll be lots of fun. Everybody on the table works together. You may be on a table with people you didn't know before you came in, but you'll surely know them when you leave. So again, I'm all about getting people together, because the world is shrinking, and the amount of places that your brother, auntie, uncle used to go to school.
Yeah.
Something along those lines. So, and then after that, and we've got the winning table, then we go out and we dance. So I've got a great who will play all genre of music. I've yet to be somewhere to ask him for a song, and he hasn't got it. He's brilliant. So, and then you party away until 1, and you come at 1 o'clock. So again, another fun. I'm about an event. I want something that is a little bit different, not your everyday run-of-the-mill stuff. So what I'm doing is taking what I've done in the corporate world and bringing it into our world, because not everybody gets those experiences, and not everybody is able to try them. So you know, and there will be feedback forms, because it'd be interesting to know what other events people want. How did they feel about that one? You know, were there things that could have changed? Because constructive feedback is the only way we grow, and the only way that we can make sure that we deliver what people want. And that's where my passion is. So whilst you guys are all enjoying yourself, I'm running around like, so that's how hasn't got a meal yet.
We know how it goes. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. So, Cecile, Cecile Terrelong, do you know Cecile?
Yes, I do, yes.
Cecile is the other director of Simply Deez Events.
Yes. Yes, so she remembers me from school as well. That's what I was about to say. We went to the same school. I think she was a year or two younger than me, but we went to the same school.
Oh, okay. So she was on the retreat in Barbados, by the way. And has got, yes. So she normally is on the show. I'm normally working. So Cecile kind of organises the show, runs the show with Shelley, sort of like every Tuesday. Nike, the other lady that's messaging like crazy, is normally hosting also as well. So what we say to people out there is to share. And people think like, oh, you just want a lot of numbers. When you understand by sharing, there's something, it may not be for you, whatever it is, this may not be your thing, but your friend will be like, why didn't you tell me? I would have gone to that. Oh, I know someone who would have loved that. And it doesn't matter whether it's an event or whatever it might be. So that's why we always say, please share. It might be just the rum, sip and paint, might be just the thing that somebody needs just to escape on a Sunday afternoon for a few hours, just a few hours. As you sort of said, they don't know who they're going to meet, long journey. And then, do you know what? If you don't want to talk to someone, you don't have to. We're sort of saying about meeting people. You can just be there in your own world and just escape for a few hours. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
And it also works for people that, because not everybody finds it easy to talk to people, and not everybody finds it easy to make friends. Not that you're there to make friends, you can come and you can speak to people, and or not, as the case, as you said, as the case may be. So, but I think it'd be pretty hard to come along to something like this and not speak to somebody, because there's always somebody that, you know, when you just need to find that right person, and that right person could be there. It's not an intimidating environment with lots of people that you think, oh my God, there's too
many. It's daunting. Yeah,
it's daunting. It's a small number of people, so it's very intimate, and it's very much, you can sit on the side by yourself, or you can sit on this table with these people, and you just go, it's very easy to go and get a rum punch, relax you, fruit punch if you don't want the rum punch, and then that's it. It's just...
Sorry. Thanks, Shell, for the producer. For those people, get some water for you. They want to know what the noise is in the background. It's Princess Tiana, come here.
Oh, bless her.
Right, so the people out there, do you want to say anything to those people out there?
Look after yourself.
Oh, wow. Look after yourself.
Bless
her. That's very nice. Anything more?
Treat people nicely.
Treat people nicely. Oh my gosh. Anything more? Well done.
Stay healthy.
Stay healthy. Oh, it all runs with what we've been talking about, doesn't it? Well done. All right, off you go. We'll get you back at the end. Oh, wow. Yeah, absolutely amazing, Barbara. I know you're going to be going away for a little bit. Your details are across the screen. If there's anybody who's interested, Nike, what you're saying? What you're saying? I know Cecile is. Shell, what you're saying? We could do a table. Yeah, I think Simply Deez needs a table. Murder mystery, because you know we're going to be squabbling. But yeah, murder mystery. Yeah, because they're not reckon. Exactly.
Because everybody thinks they're a detective and everybody thinks they've got the right person.
Yeah, definitely. Sparky, what you're saying, you can join us if you're still there. You can join us on our table. I don't know if you know this young man, Barbara, but I'm sure at some stage he's a reggae artist, a local reggae performer. See, Cecile, yeah, we need a table. Nikkei, yeah, we're going to have a table. Guys, we need to fill our table before she gets sold out, because once this is out there, I'm telling you, we don't have this locally. Barbara, you've see, for somebody that's like, I don't know, Dee, I don't know.
And the other for me as well, so this has given me a lot more confidence within myself, because I'm not very good at selling myself. So therefore, or telling people about what I do.
You are.
But now I've got to learn to be. So this has taken me out of my comfort zone in having to promote and use social media, all of those things that I've never did before. I've had
Shell, I've got to disappear for a minute.
I was about to come on and say, is she right?
Oh yeah, she's probably having a coughing fit there, bless her. So yeah, so I've not had to do all of this stuff before. So this is a new for me to have to learn. So as I said, so there's something out there for everybody, and there's learning experiences. And then, as I said, with networking, you learn more. The more you learn, the more you speak to people, the more you learn. And it's that circle of people. They don't have to be your best friends, but they're people that you keep in contact, people that you can reach out to if you need some help or advice or whatever. So as far as I'm concerned, the more networking you can do, the better.
If you need a hand with social media and stuff, I do all our social media, and Miss Nikkei, that's on the chats here at the minute, is the queen of TikTok.
Yeah, I know Nikkei, and I know she was always very good at the social media side. So if she's taken to TikTok, then that's good.
Oh yes. We get our daily update of the walk or when you're going to have a meal. Yes, yeah. So with social media and bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the whole idea of why we're here and what we do. It's kind of, if we don't know anyone, then it's then passing it on, and quite often it's not us that we're promoting, it's other people around us that we're promoting, because you do need more connections around you. And as you said about sort of having a sip and paint party, you've not seen one around this area before, so yeah, put it on and see where it goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
See where it goes.
The irony of all of this is that I watched a video. I clicked on a link on, I don't know whether it's Facebook or one of those, and I saw this program, not realizing, and I saw Shelley and I saw Celine on it, and I think, oh, I know her from school, and I watched the recording, and now I'm here. So, and not realizing it was the same thing. So I tell you, the world is shrinking by the second. So yeah,
it's funny how it works. It's just one of those things that we're always out there, we're always doing bits and pieces, and it is funny how things work out.
But I didn't know anything about this, so I reached out to Dee because I know he's always done that to school, and that has led to this. But I had, in my wildest dreams, I never expected this to happen. It was just oh, by the way, Dee, I'm reaching out to everybody that I know. I'm doing this. Oh, do you want to come on? And so that's how I did. So again, talking is good.
Yeah, it means it's sort of like there's so much stuff that we end up chatting about on here that, and it's sort of various random bits and pieces. I mean, like what I'm going to go on to next, it's kind of, completely different, but it's because you've shared one thing, you might pick up on something else, and it's it is always good to share, and it's not to get our numbers up. I mean, we don't get so many people live watching, but we get it. We know that it's then getting replayed in the evening, or someone's passed something on. I've worded something in a particular way that it picks up into their, like the algorithms and everything else. So it pops up, and then it then gets shared around. So yeah. it's always good to share. Always good to share.
Absolutely. So yeah, so that's me in a nutshell. I think I've explained my life away.
You certainly have. Just letting everybody know the young lady's fine, just in case you're wondering. She's absolutely fine. Just having a coughing fit. Do you want us to come and say hello and let them know you're all right? Come here, quick.
Bless her.
You what should be creating mayhem in just a moment.
Plenty.
All right. Go and sit down. Okay, so yeah, she's absolutely fine. So Barbara, thank you. Nice to see the boss back. Thanks, Nike. You're right. You are so right. Thank you, Barbara. Depending on in terms of timings and things like that. I know certainly, obviously not for, because I know you're going to be going away, but hopefully you might be able to get you back on the Real Talk show and we can discuss the murder mystery. Dun, 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 dun.
After the sip and paint one, and then I can have, if people want to give me any feedback, anybody that's come, that's good, and then I can give you the next installment on the murder mystery.
Excellent. Thank you so much for taking time out. You've done amazingly well. You know, when you sort of said it's not your thing and you don't, all you need to do is be you.
Yeah.
Don't change.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Honestly, don't change. And that is what is going to get you where you want to be. Just be you.
Yeah, I am passionate about what I'm doing, so I think that comes across.
Exactly. That's what I said. So you don't have to do anything different. Yeah. And if an opportunity comes, you just grab it. Yeah. And it's like, I don't know, just do it.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for that, and thank you for having me on. It's been great to speak to you all, and hopefully I'm doing something that will help someone somewhere that's watching. So yeah.
You will do. Thank you so much, darling. All right. Hang around if you can, because we're probably going to be wrapping up in about 10 minutes, and we'd like to just have a quick chat with you when we've finished, if that's okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Scream.
Look at that. I've known Barbara for absolute years. When I say known, kind of, as I sort of said, kind of, you know of somebody, and then I saw sort of like what she was sharing in that, and I thought, oh, Mrs.
Yes.
And as I say, the rest is kind of history. So I think we do need to have something, Simply Deez. We do need to.
I think so. Yes, definitely.
Whatever that might be, but yeah. Shell, do you want to?
It was just a quick little thing. I'm not going to go into much into it. It's just because it's hit the news, and it's something. If you know my family history, I've talked about this before. That's online bullying. I'm not actually going to say his name. A guy that's like from Northern Ireland, pretended to be teenage girls to befriend them, catfish them. He's gradually admitted to like 185 plus charges. And the reason why he's now finally in jail behind bars was because someone actually then did stand up to him and did actually speak out about him. Along with the same thing of a teenage girl that actually took her life because of what he done. As I said, I'm not going to go into it too much. We are like a daytime show. But what I want to say is that I know the kids are off school, like currently at the minute, and we're going into the whole kind of coming up into like the Christmas, and everyone's kind of, you're not out and about so much. You're going to be at home more. Can you please sit down with your kids and say, no matter what's going on online, no one can stop you from speaking out if you think that it's wrong. These catfishes know a way to actually work you. That's the only way that I can word it properly. They know what you're like. They'll find out things about you to keep you chatting and to keep you being that person they think that you think that they are. Yes, this is against girls, but it can happen to boys as well.
Yeah, most definitely.
It's the whole catfishing thing is something that is very, very serious that you don't actually then realise is what's going on. Some parents have never had the ability to be in these chat rooms before. They don't realise how it's then working.
Yeah.
They don't realise that what is your computer game actually has a chat room function as part of it. Someone that I know didn't realise that on your iPhone, certain ways of messaging can actually be disappearing messages. So whether that's bullying or whether that's the catfishing situation, as soon as that person's read it, the message will disappear. WhatsApp have got it on their system.
Yeah.
That things like the bullying and things that's going on behind the scenes, because of all of these platforms and all of these different chat room functions, it is to build resilience into your kids, to make them aware that anything that happens, they can come to anyone. So whether that's yourself or whether they speak to someone that they know of, because you're not going to have teachers around or anything at the minute, but someone that they sort of like an auntie, or anyone that they feel comfortable with talking to, that you let them aware that nothing that they can actually say is actually going to cause any problems, that they can be open, that because they don't actually then realise just how much that they're sharing about themselves, about their bodies even. Not that I want to scare any parents, but if you don't have that kind of resilience built into the kids, if you don't have those kind of open conversations or allow them to have those kind of open conversations, it can cause bigger problems. And even if you have got those open conversations, it can still cause problems. But it was just something that I'm aware of that was literally, as of this week, he's been arrested, and to have 38 different pieces of electrical equipment taken away and looked at, as I said, over 180 odd charges, individual charges of different people that he's actually then been talking to. And that's just one person.
One individual. It's really great. I don't know if there's anything that you're going to share on the page, Shell, with regards to this. I know we sort of like know quite a few like learning assistants, teachers, head teachers, people in the schools. So when we say share, maybe you're starting to understand the reasons kind of why. So if you're not watching this now, I'm sure there isn't any of us that don't know young people in some shape or form. I'd like to think this comes up in the schools now.
Yes.
In the schools, the safeguarding and all. There's just so much in that package there. There's so much in that package there. And when you sort of say, as in like even now with the knowledge that I have, to say that I'm on it and know exactly what's going on and all these different bits and pieces, I don't know how many parents. I think a lot of parents have got, yeah, I know, I've got this, I know. You think you know. You think you know. I remember, I think it was last year actually, and I'd been to an event and I saw a family kind of there. And then I think it was a couple of days later, a friend of mine messaged me and said that the young boy had gone missing. And I'm like, what do you mean missing? And she said, like, well, he was at home. Let's say, for instance, it was the Saturday and he'd gone and it's like 48 hours and nothing. And I'm like, you're missing out loads. And she's like, he's church. Do you know what I mean? He's a Christian. He goes to church. and she was saying all this kind of stuff, and he'd forgotten his phone. I said to her, he's got another phone. No, he hasn't. I said, how do you know that? Because he wouldn't have another phone, and his parents, he hasn't got another phone. And I'm like, we can't. I said, even now, I say, I couldn't vouch for my boys, they're men now, in the house. You come home and something's broken. It wasn't me, it wasn't me. But it's obviously one of them, but they're both saying it wasn't them. So I can't vouch for them in the home. So how are you going to vouch for them outside the home? We do not know. We'd like to think, parents, aunties, uncles, grandparents even, that we know. I know them, I know them. They will put on a certain persona with you, and then obviously with their peers, and then there's so many. And we can't kind of like, well, this is happening there, that's not happening with my child, because I know. There's information out there. People are providing information. Obviously, it's up to us whether we choose to take that on board, find out more. Shelley's given information now, which she's going to share some links, some information. Once again, the reason we say share, you might, for whatever reason, but you know what, your friend, I wish you'd have told me that. That's what was going on with my child. That's what was, and if I'd have known certain things, maybe you yourself can't approach or feel that you can't talk to your child. But if there's somebody else, whether it be the school, they have that relationship, whether it's your uncle or your brother, your whoever it might be, sometimes it may not be yourself that the kids can talk to for whatever reason. I used to say that's absolutely fine. I just want to know that there is somebody that they can or feel that they can talk to. And you'll find that there's always a reason for something. We as parents and as carers, and we don't want to know sometimes because it may be us. There's a reason, but we need to put that aside.
Yeah,
and
to take on board that. I mean, I say it with bullying, as from like the suicide awareness side of things, that bullying when we were at school, you could shut the door and you'd not have to deal with it until you went back out that door the following day. Now it's getting bullying at home through the various different devices, or knowing that people are talking behind your back over these various different devices. Knowing that someone said something about you in a group that you're then not part of is then another form of torture to then be at home. So you're getting bullying 24/7, and that's just like one thing. The gang side of things, the drugs side of things that the boys are then getting into,
and girls very much.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily mean that they need to have a mobile phone that's got a working SIM card in it. If they've got Wi-Fi on it, they know that they can hook up to anyone and everything. So they're getting all their messages that way. So they've got a device that can get messages that hooks up onto hotspots everywhere. Doesn't actually need for them to have another working SIM on there. So it's not even that you then have like these like the dummy numbers kind of thing where you're only paying when you actually then need it, kind of like you make your phone calls, you know, like the old pay as you go kind of SIMs, but they're called different things now. But you don't even need that. You just need something that will get you on the internet, that get you on the messages, and everyone keeps sharing all their system everywhere else. So yeah, there's so much that some people just don't know. And it will get worse at this time of the year because everyone's then more indoors than not out and about and stuff. So if things are happening at home, but yeah, just to have that open conversation, people. I started to do some links, and I've decided that I'm actually going to do it as a post. So at some point this week, I've collated all the different bits and pieces. So anything to do with people then online. There's different things. There's helps and there's helplines and there's different things that you can do and look out for and everything else. So I'm going to do a proper post instead.
Very fab. There's organisations as well that we even know in terms of supporting young people that are going into schools. So you've got your boxing, do you know what I mean? You've got JP at Boxing Saves Lives. You've got Dan Gay's schools. You've got our Wingman Mentor. There's lots of organisations. If you're watching the show, whether it be now or whether you're watching it in a week or 2 weeks or in a month, 2 months, it doesn't really matter when. Please, please, please comment. Please share information if you know organisations, whether it be yourself, even. This is what this platform, as Barbara sort of said, this is what this platform is for. So sometimes information is getting to you one way. You cannot have too much information. Ah, there we go. We have the teacher in the house. Or not teacher, I was hoping at some stage. Can you put up what just message there? Hiya, Trish. At the start of the school in September term, all school staff had it should be compulsory to do our safeguarding course. 2 hours online, covers a whole range of topics: domestic abuse, radicalisation, exploitation. We have to do it. Do you know what? That is brilliant. In my mind, I don't know how it'd be done, but as a parent or as a carer, why is that not something? But I know how would you struggle to implement that. But whatever that is that not something, that information? Because as a, how are you going to know this stuff? Kids are being taught things if the teacher's being taught things, but as a parent now or a carer, you're in your own little world and everything's all gravy, and you've got no idea about certain things. Trish, I don't know if you can comment. Do you have things where this kind of thing is taught to, like, and parents can come in and get that information?
I know from the little bit that I know with the Ollie Foundation going into schools and stuff, it would only really come up if it's come from the child itself. So it's, you're being trained with all the safeguarding issues if that child comes to you with that particular problem. So it's not that you're being taught what it is or anything else. You're being taught how to deal with that child, in that situation, that then brings them through a system that they actually then get seen by someone. So things like guiding, scouting, I've had it for years and years and years, in as much as child A comes to you with problem B, outcome needs to be issue C. That's the way that it goes through the system. So whether that's a phone call that goes into a particular department, whether that's something that you have to sit down with another adult and actually talk to the child, it all depends in different situations. We even had it in fun. I had to sit down and we when I was a trustee there, we were sorting out what the safeguarding would then be, what the safeguarding training would be for the people that then work there. So you're not necessarily being taught what the issue is and how to deal with it. It's how you deal with that child that's come to you with that issue.
So it's being reactive to something as opposed to pro, as in like giving that information. You know, Nike's put as, I think that's Taekwondo instructor.
Taekwondo.
We had to do the safeguarding courses. Cecile's saying the same, it's mandatory training each year, because obviously there's so many different things that are going on. How, I don't know, as a parent, how do you keep up? How would you keep up? How would you know?
But then you only need to know a little bit of everything.
But how would you even know that?
But if you was to try and know everything, your child might not actually then come across anything like that at all. You know, you can see what I mean. But
what I'm saying is as in, like, as a parent, as a grandparent, auntie, uncle, whatever the case might be, just having an idea of, I don't know, say for instance, you know, we're talking primary school, we're talking high school, the kind of things that we're talking about now, that they might be being taught in schools, the teachers are aware, but I mean, as a parent now, I've got no idea about grooming. I've heard the word, but I know nothing about it. How? I'm lost.
So at that point, then you would then find out about it. So you don't need to have a doctor's degree to then look after the health of your child. You would learn about how you deal with chickenpox when your child has chickenpox. So you would only need to know a little bit to then know that my child's not feeling very well, it's got a temperature, I need to go and to the doctor. So the same way, if it was then grooming, you would then say, okay, something's wrong with my child's mental health because they've changed their attitude towards me, they're locking themselves in their room a bit more, they're not liking what their body looks like. So you would have those basic bits to then say, I then need to go to someone else. So what they're teaching you in school, and what the Ollie Foundation does when they start talking about the suicide prevention, it's then building the resilience in the child to then say, if you get to the point of that you're upset, that you then know that who you then need to speak to. So they're not necessarily being told what depression is or anything else. They're being told that if you're feeling a particular kind of way, what to actually then do, how to actually then help you. Enjoying the sports that you like, going out and reading, going out being in nature, those kind of things can help your mental health. They're not then being told, you need to do this because we're worried that you're going to shut yourself in the room and you're going to become depressed.
Yeah,
then kind of
and Cecile's put it's exactly the same as what you've said. As staff or volunteers, we receive the training as soon as we start. So for us, it's a proactive rather than the reactive. But as a service, we are not necessarily supporting the parents.
Yeah, because there are then ways that the parents, in sort of like Cecile's kind of situation, where the parents can actually then speak to someone. I mean, things like Young Minds, they've got the helplines for the child, and they've also then got the helplines for the parents. So if you're supporting someone through a depression, what's the best things that you can then do? It's a very difficult one.
And broad, massive, and if you know us and you know the shows that we do, it is a continuous talk.
Yes.
It is continuous. It's not like, oh, we're talking now and do you know what, we ain't going to talk again until, I don't know, Mental Health Day next year or whatever the case might be. These are things that sort of like, whether you may know it or not, this is what is going on right now in our community, in our society. Certain things you may not realise are actually even on your doorstep.
Yeah.
So when we say share and talk and have conversations, it could be something that's in today, that could be the thing that somebody needs to hear that can then sort of like move something. Move something forward. Sorry, Shel.
Sort of going about sharing and bits and pieces. I mean, we've named a few names. They're tripping off your tongue because.
What, you're talking about International Men's?
Because.
You don't. Sorry, you're damn right. International Men's. Shel, while I'm sort of like just going to talk very quickly about International Men's. Is it possible, because you sort of said this, is it possible, there's a certain individual that's on a bus right now.
Oh, yeah.
Is it possible to get that? Because I want you to share that as much as I'm sure. Yeah.
I can't remember.
Those people that don't realise we know people. We know people. Don't we, Shel? We know people. Yes. And International Men's 8th year. We are at Luton Irish Forum, which has been a home of ours for a long time. We've not been there for a little while, but we are going to be there. And this is on Saturday, the 23rd of November. Whoop, whoop. International Men's Day is officially the 19th. And the Luton Irish Forum are going to be doing something on that day. I think I've seen some, it's about an hour and a half. That'll be during the day, right? During the day. And then we have got a full packed programme on Saturday, the 23rd of November, as I said, 1 till 6. Now, our hosts, the young people then, are going to be kind of like running things, Shel. running things. We're just going to be the runners on the day, girl. We're just going to be the runners. So we have back Jordan Patrick, who's going to be co-hosting with the awesome, and some of you who went to Barbados this year will know Wesley Moore, Sandra's son. So Wes and Jordan are going to be hosting this year. An exciting program is in store for us. Now, it's only right, and this is how we roll. We need things to be affordable. So guess what? We're not even charged. Are we not charging? Who said that? Who said it's free?
No, so I did ask the question, and I knew what was going to come.
It is important.
Yeah.
It is important. The information. Don't know if Sparky is still watching, but I don't think you knew Sparky back then, Shell. But Sparky has actually performed international men's. I can't remember how many years ago, but he has actually performed. And who knows, Sparky, if you're on, don't even say you're busy. We know you ain't. 23rd of November. Get it in your diary now.
Can I just say while he's working at the minute. But can our little Jakey, can we do something with you, please?
We're putting it out there. I don't know what putting it out there, because it's already on the bill. We've already told people, so they are expecting you, Jake. So we don't disappoint if we can.
So Jake, for those that are watching, Jake is a 17-year-old young man that's in scouting, that has completed the 3 top scouting awards and the Duke of Edinburgh awards, bronze, gold, and bronze, silver, and gold. So he's done the 2 top level, the gold Duke of Edinburgh award and the King Scout award at 17. It's a very, very big thing to complete it all by 17. It's something that he said he wanted to do right from when he first started at 14, 15 years old. He has completed them. He has been signed off. So next year he will be going to Buckingham Palace and he will be going to Windsor Castle to get his 2 different awards. Yes. So yeah, he's done a big thing, and even if he doesn't want to talk, oh look, and that's one of the Scoutmasters. Hi, Nigel.
Hi, Nigel.
Nigel, I'm sorry, it's a Saturday.
If I remember,
Sunday.
Nigel said he's coming on the show, didn't he, Shell?
Oh yeah, Nigel has to come on the show at some point. We'll get him on one of the shows.
Yeah, he did say he would.
We'd love Jakey to talk, and if Nigel can get the Saturday off or get some time off on that Saturday, we'll try and get the timing right. I will.
Don't worry, we're going to coordinate and work that. So whatever time that might be, that's when we'll ensure that can happen. So that's fantastic. Thank you so much, Nigel, and hopefully some of the other guys will be able to come along as well. You can see me in the background there.
She's there.
Come on.
I found the bus picture.
Bus picture. The guys are going like, what's she talking about? Bus picture. If you know, this young man, Stephen Akinsanya, I can say it so well now because for the past, oh my gosh, at least 6 years, this young man has attended the international men's events. He lives in Croydon. He is a barrister, and he is representing the young people out there that.
He's actually a barrister at the High Court. He's not just a barrister at your county courts. He's the High Court, London. And he does take young lads and girls in there and says to them, do you really want to be here? This
is a realness, yeah.
Real talk.
Real talk. Yeah. And maybe if we can, Shell, I'm not giving you work to do, but I am, but I'm not, but I am. But just maybe if we could share something actually on him, and people can go onto his pages, sign up obviously to his YouTube, and obviously that is after you've obviously signed up to ours. People. Shelley does all this work, and you know, there's people that are watching, and it's like, you're not on our YouTube. Why not? You're supposed to share. Come on, guys.
I'm sorting it out that the links should be all on there for some of our older International Men's Day and Women's Day.
Oh, wow.
Because we've had Martin Gaisley that's come every year.
Yes.
That's recorded us and recorded some of our important people that have been chatting. So, yeah, so it just gives you a bit of a flavour as to the different people that we get on our events. Yeah.
And it is very much real talk in its show, International Men's. It is real talk. I'm not going to go there because I'm just going to get a little bit emotional now. And yeah.
Anyone that's watching that knows us, we're both thinking of the same person. That was very real talk, very, very much. That's almost, yeah. His legacy lives on in us. That's the best way we can describe it. His legacy that he left after he spoke lives on in everything that we do, and I think every International Men's Day will always have a little bit of him there.
200, yeah, 200%. Shell, all the information. Tickets are free, but you do need to register in advance. We're taking over 2 floors, the 2 floors in the Irish Forum. There's exhibitor space that is set at. Do you know what, Shell? We're just feeling generous. So we're going to give exhibitor space out at £10 because there's only a few. So I suggest you. Yeah, I know, Shell. I know. Look at this one here. Shell's going, I'm flipping heck. Didn't know that. Yeah. So we're talking about your health.
Anyone, if you've been invited along as a speaker or your exhibitor or anything, you don't need to register for your tickets. These are just attendees that need to register. If you've been privately invited, you don't need them.
Correct.
Before I get, oh look, we're sold out, but it's everyone that's actually coming that was supposed to be coming.
Exactly, you know that, and we have to do so many adjustments. So we're going to sign out. That's typical. The one time I come on and look at the time.
The boss is here, and we're 7 minutes over. We started a bit late, but we finish a little later.
Is there anything that you want to share?
Well done.
We're listening to you.
I think she said it all earlier. So we've got to look after our health, look after each other. Did we say behave ourselves?
So what did you say?
Show respect.
Show respect.
Show respect.
Anything else? Say it. All right, say goodbye to everyone then. All right. I'm sure the amazing Cecile and Nikkei have enjoyed their well-earned rest because they're going to be back next week. Yeah, and with so much more. So it's been nice being back, Shell. It's a bit like real talk, wasn't it? So yeah, we're going to be back next week with real talk. Oh my gosh!
Oh yes,
I'll tell Shell because like the guest.
Yeah, I apologise now. Family watching, I might be hungover.
They're not going to be able to tell the difference to a normal state. So
thanks, love.
All right, everyone. We'll catch you soon. Thank you so much. Don't forget. All right.